From your vantage point, just looking at this whole James Harden situation, what are your thoughts as somebody who's been a part of that organization? And are you rolling with Harden on this side, or are you rolling with Sixers management?
It's tough, man, being caught in the middle, because I've always loved James's game, being a competitor, competing against him. I only got a chance to play with him for a couple months. I got a chance to play with him. I loved, got a chance to play with him. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Daryl Morey. I understand Daryl Morey. I'm always going to side with the player because I am a player, but also is that I don't think he's wrong. If he was promised something, I said this the other day, if he's promised something, you should, come through with the promises. Now, with that being said, I do think that Daryl Morey is the guy that has the best interest at heart for James and anybody else in the league. It's just that I think Daryl values his players a lot more than anybody else does. Not just James, but anybody that tries to get a trade with Daryl, even for Tobias, he's going to ask for a lot because he values that guy. So he's not going to trade James for anything. He wants to get value in return. He valued James very highly. And, the Clippers are not going to want to do that. So they may not value the same. They might not think, like, we need to give up this many pieces. Mind you, it's because they don't have to. I feel like they have most of the leverage. James is giving them more of the leverage by saying, I don't want to be here anymore. So it's like, you guys need to make a decision or I'm not playing in training camp. But at the end of the day, I think they need to sit down and figure it out, him and Daryl, because I think Daryl has his best interest. I think James needs to come back and play and give Philly an opportunity to play with Joel, because it's only going to be hurting the guys in the locker room and the guys he built, relationship with. And, obviously this new CBA rules and things like that of fines. I think he'll be hurting himself. He'll be hurting the team. And I think he'll give himself a better chance if he plays for free agency next summer. Obviously, you're getting older. And Philly may be the spot to pay you again next year. You don't know. But I think Daryl Morey is the guy that has probably the best interest at heart for him.
You got to buy some of that wine.
Best friends fighting. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go through your phases. You may be talking for a couple months, but you figure it out. You come back to it. And, Daryl said find a compromise in the middle ground to where at least come up with half the promise. I don't know what he promised him, but listen, we can do this, we can do that, or we can figure it out. But he's got to come through on some type of terms to appease James.